Hello, hello, hello. I am author and entrepreneur, the cerebral palsy vigilante, Zachary Fennell, and this is Making of a Memoir, my video series documenting the hard work involved in writing and self publishing a book. Today is Monday, December 13th, the last you've heard from me with Making of a Memoir. I was just getting my manuscript out to some beta readers and I've gotten the first sliver of feedback today, and I wanted to pop on, record an update to document that. My father was reading through the early chapters. I mentioned what the cars use to measure distance, but instead of the proper word for that is odometer, but I wrote pedometer as if like you're walking and you have a pedometer to measure distance, but it's odometer. And my father's like, I think it's supposed to be odometer. Looked it up, sure enough it is. So that just something I would have never caught on my own, which is why it's so important to get others to look at your manuscript before you go to publish. I will be back later with another update. Hello, my name is Zachary Fennell, a blogger and self-published author. Currently, I'm working on a memoir about accomplishing the unreasonable and becoming a marathoner despite having cerebral palsy. In an article Michael McIntyre wrote about me for the Plain Dealer and Cleveland.com played a pivotal role marathon day. Hence, it was only natural for me to write about the article in my manuscript. Before going any further with publishing the book, I wanted to reach out and share the excerpt see attached. Ensure I am not infringing on any copyrights Advanced Local holds over the article. If this is not a matter for you, I would appreciate it if you could forward my email to the appropriate individual. Thank you in advance. Please let me know if you have any questions. Happy holidays, Zachary. Hello, Canalway partners. I know it has been a few years since I've completed the Towpath Marathon, so in case a staffer unfamiliar with me is reading this, allow me to introduce myself. I am Zach Fennell, and I have cerebral palsy. Even with the disability, I managed to complete the full Towpath Marathon in 2017 and 2018. I'm in the process of writing a memoir detailing that journey. Before publishing, I wanted to reach out and offer Canalway an advanced look at the book. The purpose is twofold. First, address any concerns you may have in regards to what I wrote about my experiences. Secondly, to get a brief blurb from you which I could use to promote the project. I could send the manuscript over in PDF form or as a .mobi file Kindle version. Please let me know who to email about this matter. Thank you. 9:20 a.m. on Friday, December 24th, Christmas Eve. And those messages you just heard me read out and saw were messages that I had sent in regards to just taking that next step with the manuscript. Beginning of this week, I thought there's stuff I can do while I wait for feedback. That I haven't got any more feedback on the manuscript yet. But there are other parts I can do other things I can do while I wait on the manuscript. The big one was getting permission from the Plain Dealer because I feel like I heavily quote the article at a certain point, and as I explained in the email, I want to make sure I'm not infringing on any copyrights, and I have received that permission to go ahead and use the article the way I have. Same thing with Canalway Partners. That's a twofold thing. That's okay, as I explained in the message, address if you have any concerns with my recollection. This is something I learned while writing Off Balance. The disclaimer I put in front of Off Balance, my first memoir, which is a cerebral palsy memoir about my story from feeling embarrassed about having a disability to learning to embrace my disability as a part of who I am. That what I learned in writing and getting feedback is everyone has different perspectives. So it's important to note that, hey, this is coming from my perspective, my point of view, and I wanted to give Canalway, before I put that out there, that chance to address any possible concern. Because in essence, my book could also help promote the Towpath Marathon. And so why not collaborate together, communicate, and move forward? So I have more of this type of task to complete before being ready to publish. So I'm gonna continue that. You should see me again later today for another update. And Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and the day after Christmas all have passed, plus another day after that. Today is Tuesday, December 28th. I've spent the morning continuing along, putting pieces together or paving myself a path as I await further feedback on my manuscript. Just going ahead and getting a path, as I said, basically paving a path. So I had wrote out, when I say I have the manuscript done, I have the body, the chapter 1 through epilogue complete. I don't have all that what's called front matter, which is like the title pages, the copyright, the dedication, as well as the back matter with acknowledgments about the author. These kind of aspects I still need to add in. And so I just listed everything out so I wouldn't become overwhelmed by, oh my God, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. Now I have it all listed out, and I can start breaking it down and moving forward. And I will do that in a future making of a memoir episode, as I'm bringing this episode to a close. Thank you for watching. If you have questions about anything I've documented in today's video, or go ahead and leave those in the comments section. I will get back to you there, and maybe even in a future making of a memoir episode. If you've liked this episode, hit the thumbs up icon to let the world and YouTube know. For more from me, make sure you are subscribed to my YouTube channel and have rung the bell icon to be notified every time I publish a new video. Until then, remember, don't blend in, blend out.